साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। सर्वोपाधि विनिर्मुक्तं चिद्रूपं यन्निरन्तरं तच्छिवोऽहम् इति ज्ञात्वा सर्वासक्तिं विसर्जयेत्. We have seen this mantra, Sarva Upadhi Vinirmuktam. There are basically the following upadhis. And because of these upadhis, the non-existing entities are born. Non-existing entities are born. First upadhi is the body, and as a result of body, the illusory self is born. Mukhya Atma, essential self. After body identification, illusory self, Mithyatma is born. After the Mithyatma is born, then Gaunatma is born. Gaunatma, we become somebody. All relations are Gaunatma. And when we get identified with the subtle body, then the Pratibhasik Atma, the apparent Atma is born. How many Atma? Mukhya Atma, Mithya Atma, then Gauna Atma, then Pratibhasik Atma, then one more, the Vyavaharik Atma. 5. And one more, the Paramarsik Atma. So in Mukhyatma, no problem. Problems begin when the Mithyatma, I am body, is taken as real. After that, then Gaunatma is born. Who is the Gaunatma? He has to play different roles. After body identification, we have to play different roles. And these different roles are Vyavaharik Atma. See? The Vyavahar, the conduct of a son with his father, the conduct of a husband with his wife, the conduct of a father with his son, Vyavahar, conducting the business of life. Vyavaharik Atma. And then comes the Pratibhasik Atma. Pratibhasik Atma is the dreamer. In every dream, there is a different Pratibhasik Atma. Now, if something good or bad happens in the dream, and after that we are out of the dream, what is the attitude of the waker or the Vyavaharik Atma or the Gaunatma? What is his attitude towards whatever has happened to the dreamer? Oh, it was just a dream, forget about it. Although he has experience, he doesn't give value, importance to that. He just did it. Now, when a Paramarsik Atma is born, who is a Paramarsik Atma? He who has stepped on the spiritual path. How can a Vyavaharik Atma, mother, father, brother, husband, sister, wife, how can this Vyavaharik Atma become the Paramarsik Atma? When he gets kicks in the world, then he starts rethinking. I have done so much for my children, but now they are abandoning me. Then, chalo, Babaji bante. Therefore, every bad event in our life is God's grace. And by this God's grace, we change the direction of our life from dogward to Godward. Then a Paramarsik Atma is born. Now, this Vyavaharik Atma or the Mithyatma is given to us by our parents. So this Mithyatma is born to die. There is no other purpose. But this Paramarthik Atma, which is born, he never dies. शुचीनाम श्रीमताम गेहे योग भ्रष्टो भी जायते अथवा योगिनामेव कुले भवति धीमताम. Whatever sadhana this Paramarthik Atma is doing, it doesn't go waste, it is not erased. It is carried by him from life to life, life to life. Now this topic which comes in our scripture, this is called as the jiva or the soul. Now the purpose of this topic is not to prove that there is a soul. It is here we Vedanta differ from all other paths. In Karma Kanda, in various kinds of relative world, if you do this thing, you will go to heaven. If you do this thing, you will go to hell. See? Bahunam janmanam ante, as if we have taken many lives, as if we have taken many births. See? Then why this topic is brought in our scriptures? Jiva. This topic is brought not to prove that there is a jiva. It is here you have to take a bold step in your spiritual path. Nayamatma balahinena labhyaha. The truth is not for those who are touch me not brand. Friends. Then why the jiva, punyatma, papatma? The father is a papatma, that we understand. Father is called a papa, na? This topic is brought for one reason. The reason is we are all expert in blaming others for all the problems of our life. These are default settings. Now till such time we blame others, what will be our spiritual practice? To improve others. So, if a husband is trying to blame his wife for all the problems, what will be his spiritual practice? Improve the wife. Then he will make Anushtan. That Anushtan is given in our Upanishad. That is called as Ashakya Anushtan. It can never be achieved. Then he will become frustrated. And thereafter, he will come to Coorg. And it can't be done. It's like that one. Forget about it. Now let me go for the satsanga. And after having come over here, then we come to know the one because of whom I was becoming miserable, he doesn't exist. Once you take this stand, then what will be your subsequent interaction? Wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100%. And don't forget, Karnataka. So, honey, I love you so much. Without you, I am very, very happy. Oh, sorry. It was a slip of tongue. The day you discover this technique, you have taken a bold step in your life to change. See? But instead of that, we are all the time holding. So, सर्व उपाधि विनिर्मुक्तः. कुछ बनो मत, don't become anybody. But now we are already become, then don't take it seriously. Then chidrupaha. So when I do not carry the burden of all relations and possessions, then I am a man. So who is this man? Sarva upadhi vinirmuktaha. This is what we told. Nirvishesha satta. Whenever we talk about ourselves or ask somebody about them, what do we ask? What is your visheshta? What is your speciality? You are married or unmarried? Visheshta. Educated, uneducated, visheshta. See? We are not ready to accept the things as they are. Therefore, sarva upadhi vidir muktam, then chidrupam, yan nirantaram. So all these 3-4 atmas, except the mukhya atma, they are not continuous. Baker is not in the dream, etc. See? Once I was in Bangalore, many years before, and my host was brigadier. And he was still working that time. So he sent a vehicle to the airport. That time it was an old airport, not a new one. So I went to his house. He had not yet come. So after I went, his wife received. And we were sitting for a tea or coffee, something like that. Afterwards he came. And he said, "Did you give tea to Swamiji?" "Behave, you are not in the office." No, what I mean, how beautiful it is. That day I got this realization. Upadhi utaro. You are having your uniform and you behave as if you are an officer before whom you are standing. I'm so sorry. Hey Maharaj, you can learn everywhere if you have that knack of learning. And if you cannot learn, God will fail. He will say, "It is my mistake, I created him." Sarva upadhi vinirmuktam chidrupam yan nirantaram. So what is that unbroken experience? Waking dream, deep sleep comes and goes, we are the same. Therefore, this topic of last life, this life, next life is to bring to our notice, we are only changing the clothes. There is one yogi in Mumbai, he comes for the talks. Earlier, I used to go for talks in that Somaiya college. Now I tell somebody, you go and take care, I am tired of going there. So, when my talk was over, thereafter his talk. So there used to be 15 minutes gap. Then that Yogi Maharaj and me, we used to sit together. Have some chat here and there. Or tea, coffee. He will not take tea, coffee. I said, I'll take. Then one day he said, I know all my earlier lives. And he started telling. In the last life, I was in Jabalpur. Before that, I was in Dehradun. Then, like that, he went on telling. In the 7th life, I was a parrot. Then he said, not only me, I can tell about you also, if you want. I said, I also know. Really? Yes. Then, last life, I was a donkey. This life I continue. See, friends. He said, no, not like that. Then I told him, look here. Last life I was over. This life means what? That body I had dropped. I have adopted this body. This body was not in the last life. Next life, this body will not be there, but I will be there. So what is the meaning of this birth is only one. That we only go on changing the bodies, we remain the same. Who is born, who dies? If you do this thing, you'll go to Narak, hell. Do you know what is a Narak? Reborn as a human being is a Narak. You know, Nara means human being. Naraka, continue. See, friends, therefore, Chidrupam yan nirantaram. If our attention is on this, and see the funny part, our attention is on this, but it is contaminated attention. How? When I was small, I could lift so much of weight. I could eat 25 laddu. But now, I can't lift even my own weight because it is more than 25 kilo. Now I can't eat even 2 laddus. So who is talking? Not the body. The one who was in childhood and who is now. So he is referring to that which is a continuous, but unable to drop his body identification. This error we have to correct. See, friends, and this requires courage. See, like I told in the morning, Nayam Atma Balahine Labhyaha. So that means so many years I was doing puja, pothi, chanting. Yes, it's all waste. See, don't get hooked up to anything in this world. Then the truth is revealed. See? Therefore, Chidrupam yan nirantaram tat shivoham iti dhyatva. Dhyatva. Now be committed to this. What is the commitment? Commitment is perfected. Dekho suno mat bolo. When we do dhyana, when we do namaskar, who is benefited? See? Like we go and do namaskar to the mother. Do you think mother is benefited? We are benefited. When we take the food, is the food benefited? We are benefited. When we respect somebody, that somebody is not benefited, we are benefited. But what happens? We had that arrogance. I have done so much for my children, but they don't respect me. Again, find out who needs whom. The parents need the children or children need the parents. Children don't need parents. Those children who don't have parents, they don't grow. They remain young. Why you are not growing? No parents. And those who have got parents, they grow. You are 25 feet tall. 2 pairs of parents. Where are we going? Therefore, dhyatva, tat shivohamiti dhyatva. Now, what is the meaning of meditation on Paramatma? Same technique. What is the meaning of listening to silence? Not getting disturbed by sounds. Thinking of God means what? You cannot think about God. Then not thinking about the world is thinking about God. This is so simple. Therefore, tashivohamiti dhyatva sarvasaktim visarjayet. All asakti, all attachment to this and that, give it up. Enough is enough. Don't get involved. Therefore, don't create friends and enemies in this world. Shatro mitre putre bandho ma kuru yatnam vigraha sandho. This is in our Mahamantra also. किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो. Don't create friends and enemies in this world. Be friendly with everybody, but don't carry the burden of that body on your head. Therefore, देश जात्यादि संबंधान वर्णाश्रम समन्वितान भावानेतान परित्यज्य स्वभावम भावयेत बुधा. Now here you will get the electric shocks. देह, जाति, संबंध, वर्ण, आश्रम, एतान भावान परित्यज्य. See, we are lost in this only. See, where are you from? You know, one of my old habit of talking in Hindi is हमारे पंजाब की बात है. So if there is a Punjabi in the audience, so after the lecture, the Punjabi will come. Swamiji, this is Punjabi, ho? Ah. Then next question, where from? So I had to also ask, but you are from where? I am from Amritsar. I am from Jalandhar, Pani ke andar. Then in some talk, I must have said, हमारे महाराष्ट्र की बात है. Then Marathi ikde tikde comes. And then, Swamiji, you are Maratha? Yes. Where from? Same. Where are you from, Amma? I am from Solapur. I am from Kolhapur. Once I was caught. Swamiji, you are cheating. Sometimes you said Punjabi, sometimes you Maratha. What is the reality? I said Paratha. Baap Punjabi, Ma Maratha, ho gaya Paratha. Where are you lost? See, friends. Therefore, all these Desha, Jati, Sambandha, Varna, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Ashrama, Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi, they all belong to somebody who does not exist. When you are in deep sleep, snoring away, that time you are a Brahmachari or a Grihastha or a Vanaprastha or Sannyasi. But we get lost only in that conditioned expression of the truth. Therefore, etan bhavan parityaja swabhavam bhavayet buddhaha. Just be. Don't become anybody or anything. This is all the real spiritual practice. If we have to practice this, when we come in contact with the people, do not ask their whole kundali. When were you born? How were you born? Was it a normal delivery or a cesarean? And was the operation done by the lady doctor or a gent doctor? Is it necessary? Before you ask any question to anybody, ask a question to yourself. Is it necessary to talk? Our Mahamantra is there. What is the Mahamantra? Who asked you? Many times we talk when it is not necessary. You will find out just day to day. Suppose this girl tells me, Swamiji, did you go to Puttavaradhi? I will say, yes, I went. Do you think she will keep quiet? Swamiji, I also went. Question is, who asked you? You go to hell, who cares? Observe this. If I say, see, when I went to airport and the flight was delayed and there was such a commotion, Swamiji, when I went, who asked you? Learn this. We want to associate every event with our past. And this is how the personality is built up. Suppose somebody tells something and, acha, okay, very good. Over. But then we keep on adding one or other thing like that. And this is how unwanted gossip and present is disrespected and we go in the past. Therefore, etan bhavan parityaja swabhavam bhavayet buddhaha. Remain in utter presence. Don't get lost into all gossip. Aham eko na me kaschit, naham anyasya kasyachit, natam pashyami tasya yasyaham, tam na pashyami yo mama. Aham eko na me kaschit. I am only one. See? Shiva samarya rasa praptoham eko jnatru jnana deya triputi rahita bhutaikya rupavan aham asmi. See? Aham eko. Eka means what? Where there is no triputi. Knower, known knowledge. That experience where, again I am repeating, that experience where experiencer is not born is the truth. The moment experiencer is born, triputi is created. So all our spiritual practice is triputi kshinata meti brahma nirvana murchati. This triputi has to be quietened. And it has to start. You cannot do about things which are outside. You cannot do whatever experiences you have gone through those objects or things. But what you can do is do not talk about them. Thereby, this experiencer is slowly quietened. And when the experiencer disappears, only experience without experiencer is God. Otherwise, we'll have to say the stone is realized. No. Hey, friends. So, ahame na me kaschit. And therefore, na me kaschit aptavan rupopi kaschit asti. I have no relations. Ego. But we get lost all these things. I was here, I was done, constantly I. So, naham anyasya kaschit, nor do I belong to anybody. Be yourself. In short, do not bring relational topics in anything. If you have to talk about this Erica nut plant, what must be the height of it? Keep them busy and you keep walking. They are busy. Your mind is quiet. Otherwise, you go on asking personal things here and there and collect garbage. We don't want to know anything about anybody in this world. Therefore, na tam pashyami yasyaham tam na pashyami yuvama. Therefore, neither I belong to anybody nor anybody belongs to me. Take this and hold on to what you are. This is the real spiritual practice. Ahameva param brahma Jagannatho Maheshwaraha iti sya nishchito muktaha baddhasya danyatha puman iti nishchitaha muktaha. He who is firmly established in this conviction. Which conviction? Ahameva param brahma. I am non-specific existence. See? Existence is associated with everything. See? Camera is, table is inert. Light is, roof is, little change. Fan is moving. Water is hot. Man is, he is Bevakuf. His existence is associated with everything. Even with the absence, there is nothing. This non-specific existence, this is what is said. What we know, specific existence. See? This is yellow, this is not blue. Non-specific. But when it comes to our own being, I am or I am not. Is this option there? Non-optional experience is our essential nature. We neither have the option whether I am or I am not. When we don't have the option that I am not, then there is no need to say that I am. This is what is meant here. Ahameva param brahma Jagannatho Hameshwaraha. I am the supporter, Nath, controller of the whole world, Maheshwara. How I am the Nath? One person asked me this question in Mumbai. Swamiji, don't quote my example in your lectures. I said, okay. Now I am quoting his example. There is no point in talking and arguing with anybody. My rules are very simple. The best way to disagree is to agree immediately. Don't further do whatever you have to do. So, he asked me, Swamiji, these days I am having a problem. You are lucky. Why? Only these days. Earlier you had no problem. No, earlier also I had a problem. But these days special problem. What? After I die, What will happen to my wife, my children, my property, my business? That is worrying me. I said, very simple. First you die and then we'll see. Then you'll come to know what happens after you die. When you are, what happened? If we were not in this world, was anything lacking? When we will leave this world, there won't be anything lacking. See? But ahankara vimudhatma, if I go, what will happen? People are waiting. But even the deathbed also, we are unable to hold, give or hold on to this. There was a very rich Kanjush man. He was on the deathbed. Doctor told, nothing can happen, now you prepare. So, rich man, his 2-3 sons standing there. They are discussing among themselves. Now, our father is the richest man in the town. Therefore, we should not carry his dead body just like average person. What we'll do, we'll have an helicopter. We'll take him by helicopter to the cremation ground. Other son said, how will people see? No, helicopter cancel. Then we can do one thing. We can take a big truck and on the top we'll make all beautiful things. With all music we'll take it there. But there also nobody can see. Then third son, we can do one thing. We'll have that pushed cart, but it will be studded with gold and diamond and all that, And the rope will not be ordinary rope, but it will be a jarika rope. And then we'll take it. Now this fellow, he was not yet dead. He said, stop all that. Why? I will walk. Why waste money? How simple it is. Money. You don't want to leave them. See, this is what it is. Ahmeva param brahma jagannatho. If I am there, then only everything is possible. If I is not there, nothing is possible. There was Pashupati Nath. See? Pashu is Jiva. Pati is Ishvara. Nath is the controller of the two. Ishvara is the cause and Jiva is the effect. Controller of the cause and effect. Meaning, going beyond the cause and effect. That Pashupati Nath is telling Jagannatha. Then Maheshwaraha, controller of everything. Iti sya nishchitaha muktaha. Thus, don't lead. See, humility should not be humiliated existence. See, all the time, Papoham Papa Karma, Narak. See, don't degrade your own presence. As much we should not be arrogant, that much we should not be have humiliated existence. Papoham Papa Karma, हमसे क्या हो सकता है, महापापी है, जिंदा क्यों मरो ना. Don't. As much we should respect everybody, much more we should have self-respect. Self-respect is different than arrogance. See, friends, self-respect is we do not live on the charity of others. Work hard and then live. Otherwise, all the time begging and living in this world, mukto baddha syad anyatha puman. Or else, if this is not firmly established, then puman, a person is anyatha baddha syad. He is bound in these wrong notions. Ashariram yadatmanam pashyati jnana chakshusha tada bhavati shantatma sarvato vigata spruha. ashariram yadatmanam pashyati jnana chakshusha. In Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, this Jiva topic is brought out by Bhagavan Krishna. Swami Vansho Jiva Loke Jiva Bhuta Sanatanaha Manashashtani Indriyani Prakriti Sthani Garshati Shariram Yadavapnoti Yachapyut Kramati Shvaraha Gruhit Vaitani Sayyati Vayur Gandhani Vashayat Shrotram Chakshus Parshanancha Rasanam Ghranam Adhisthaya Manashayam Vishayan Upasevate. This is the story of the Jiva. A fraction of me is the Jiva. Mamai Vansho Jiva Loke. And since when? Sanatanaha. Then Manashashtani Indriyani Prakriti Sthani Karshati. With the five senses and the mind, he is pulled in the Prakriti. Meaning, gets identified with the body. And there what he does, he goes from one body to another body. With him carries his sense organs and the mind. And there also he enjoys and suffers. In this manner, utkramantam stitam vapi bhunjanam va gunanvitam. So he is going from one body to other body. He is enjoying or suffering. Now Bhagavan gives a blow. Vimudha nanupashyanti pashyanti jnana chakshusha. Same word. What is the moral of the story? What we call in a scriptural language as the Tatparya Nirnaya. When something is told, what is the purpose? What is conveyed through that? Like, we have got story in the various Hitopadesh, etc. The story of let's take a crow and a fox. And the story goes on. And some principle is brought out of that. But if we ask a question, but how did crow talk to the fox? See? If this question comes, then you should take a AK-70 and shoot him. He has come to a wrong place. This happened, one of my lectures I had told. I was giving this principle, how a finite cannot imagine the infinite. So to tell, I made a story. I can create any stories. One fish went to a well, and in the well there was an Indian frog. And then, who is Indian frog? Ask question, who are you, where from you come, what is your name? So the fish started telling. Then, where from? Sea. What is sea? Sea is ocean. What is ocean? Ocean is water. Oh, water. So what the frog can think of? This much water? No. Then this much? No. Then 2 hands. This much water? No, Baba. Then he jumps, takes a leap within the well waters. No. Out of frustration and sarcasm, he jumps diagonally, wall to wall. Do you mean this much water? Now fish has a trouble. He has no neck. So he wagged his tail. No. Then what is that? The fish said, come, we'll go to ocean. They go to ocean. After they are gone, now the fish asks the question, tell me how much is the water? The frog keeps quiet. After this story I told, now what was the moral of the story? The one who is buried in Kupamando Kurti, he cannot think of infinite. The one who is buried, body, husband, wife, children, where can you think about Aham Brahmasmi? See? When this topic was going on, there was one old man sitting in front, dhoti and all that, very innocent, with dadi, not well kept and all that. He said, Swamiji, when I looked at him, I felt pity on me. Then he asked, Swamiji, how the fish went to the well? And after he asked the question, he looked around. Well, let us see what Swamiji answered the question. I said, Babuji, he took Kingfisher Airlines. Now, what is the moral of the story? That the one who is buried in the finite can never even imagine what is infinite. See? For us, we don't have water supply, here too many mosquitoes, food is also not good, and there is too much of traffic, and there is a lot of taxes and all that. So what will be for his imagination? I should go to heaven where there is no traffic jam, where there is no taxes, where there is no GPS, where there is no GST. Only that he can think. Because we are so much obsessed with this thing, we are unable to even recognize that the truth is much more than that. Therefore, this Devi Kalottara Stotram. Otherwise, every stotra you must have heard read. If you read this thing, then moksha arthi labhed moksha, vidya arthi labhed vidya, dhana arthi labhed dhana, putra arthi labhed putra, kutra arthi labhed kutra. There are people. One person asked me, Swamiji, which dog you like? I said, I like you. Wherever there is a phalashruti, you are not on the spiritual path. Very clearly I told you, if you are coming here with the idea that you will get something, you have come to a wrong place. You will get nothing. On the contrary, you will lose. What you will lose? Your seriousness in life. See? Now our condition is all the time, it is said, tabla and dimag. You should not keep it tight all the time. When you have to play the music, then tuck make it tight. After your music is make it dhila. In the same manner, dimag. हमेशा टाइट ये क्या रियलाइज अरे रिलैक्स friends, therefore no wrong givings, you are not going to get anything. त्यागे नैके अमृतत्व मानसु. So ashariram yadatmanam pashyati jnana chakshusha. When Bhagavan says mamai vansho jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatanaha, who is Paramatma Bhagavan? Infinite. What is the fraction of the infinite? Can we have fraction of the infinite? You cannot. Then you can imagine a fraction of a man is a son, another fraction of the same man is a husband, the third fraction of a man is a father. These fractions are the real. Think. So when Bhagavan says, Mamai Vanshoji, Mama Eva Amsha, when my Amsha has become Jiva, meaning man says, I have become husband. See friends, man is one. A fraction of him has become husband. And then who is suffering? See, he is Utkramatam Sitam Vapi Bhunjanam Va Gunanvitam Vimudhana Anupashyanti. Husband takes himself to be real and suffers. Pashyati Jnana Chakshusha. But when he comes to discover that I am just playing the role to fool this lady, that's it. This is the Jnana Chakshusha. But we take these fractions, the Jiva, as so real. And then, Papoham, Papa Karmaham. So, Amiji, what will happen? You go to hell next. See, friends, Ashariram yadatmanam pashyati jnana chakshusha, then tada bhavati shantatma sarvato vigata spruha. What do we mean by shantatma? Vigata spruha. No desires, no expectations from anything or anybody in this world. One youngster asked me this question on some airport. Swamiji, you are running around everywhere talking about Gita, Upanishad, everything, but if people don't change, don't you feel bad about all your efforts are going waste? I said, no, I don't want them to change. If they will change, where will I go? Do you know the prayers of the doctors? Sarve bhavantu roginaha. When a doctor sees a healthy person, आ गया healthy कहीं का हट. See, doctor's life is somebody, आई, क्या बकरा आ गया? काट लो. In the same manner, Mahatmas like समझदार को इशारा काफी है. Friends, why should I get disturbed or frustrated because others don't? Because I am not addressing others. I am addressing my mind. See, friends, no teacher worth his name will expect that his disciples, students will improve. Because whatever I am talking, who is the first listener? Me. And if my words do not change me, will they change others? This is where the average people and the Mahatmas differ. We want our children should listen to us. We don't listen to ourselves. How the children will listen? Because our words carry no meaning. They are only hollow words without any hollow. So, ashariram yadatmanam pashyati jnana chakshusha tada bhavati shantatma sarvato vigata spruha. So, how do we know? We have recognized ourselves to be other than the body. Only one symptom. The vigata spruha, no desires. See, in deep sleep, we have no desires. There is nothing like good desires and bad desires. Don't get carried away by that thing. Whether you are tied down by a steel chain or you are tied down by a golden chain, you are tied down. See, even to do good to others is a bondage. Don't try to make anybody happy. God failed. He told me. Don't try. See, friends, but we want to make others happy. Protect yourself. That is the only way. So, tada bhavati shantatma sarvato vigata spruhaha. Yosau sarveshu shastreshu pathyate yaja ishvaraha akayo nirguno yatma soha asmi सोहम अस्मि न संशयः यो असौ सर्वेषु शास्त्रेषु पठ्यते अज ईश्वरः. What is said in all our scriptures that the Aja, the unborn, the Ishvara, Akayaha is without any body, without any attributes, is the Atma, and that Atma Ahamiti na samshayaha. So start playing. What you have to play? Aham Atma, no. That which can be rejected, start rejecting. And that by which you have rejected, even that has to be rejected. Like when we sleep, what happens? We start rejecting. I want to sleep. So the I starts rejecting everything, and we come to a point that ultimately, even the I who was rejecting everything, even he has to be rejected. Yena tyajasi tat tyaja. Then only sleep begins. And in that sleep, there is no tiredness because there is nobody who is sleeping. Friends. Therefore, this simple analysis of our own experience, when I say I had good sleep, but in between bad dreams, who can make this statement? Waker cannot make because he was not in the deep sleep. Dreamer cannot say because he was not in the deep sleep. The deep sleeper also cannot say, because if he was sleeping, who can say, I had a good sleep? Then the one who is in the waking, who is making the statement, he is not a waker. But he was supporting the waker. The one who says, I had bad dream, he is not a dreamer. But he was supporting the dream also. And the one who said, I had a good sleep, he was not the deep sleeper, because he was awake. Then only the deep sleep was experienced. Therefore, that Vedaisya sarvai ahameva vedya, this one, which is supporting waking, dream, deep sleep and samadhi, and yet not influenced by any one of them, is our essential nature. Nothing to do, man. Don't struggle under the disguise of spirituality. You remember once I told, in Bits Pilani, they had invited me. So, Swamiji talked something about religion, philosophy, spirituality to our students. So I gave 3 talks. Conclusion of the 3 talks was, in religion there is no God. In philosophy there is no wisdom. In spirituality, God and wisdom coexist. How simple it is. We are in a spiritual class. Therefore, yo asau shastreshu pathyate yaja ishvara akayo nirguno yatma. Nirguno, neither good nor bad. That aham asmi, that akaya, without any limitations of the body, etc. So aham asmi na samshaya, no doubt about it. Now, if we want to practice this, what will happen? That means we have to recognize all relations and possessions. They become a big issue for us under 2 conditions. Possessions become a big issue when we are identified with the gross body. Relations become a big issue when we are identified with the subtle body or the mind. How simple it is. Body doesn't say, you are my brother or father. If the mind says, these are the 2 ropes which are tying us. What we call sukha kachra and gila kachra. Related to gross body is a sukha kachra. And related to the subtle body is the gila kachra. When you are in the kachra, it will be thrown away. Recognize this. Vidyapti matro hi sada vishuddha sarvatra yasmat sadatam vimukta nadeya heyo yam apratarke tasmat sada brahmamayo vishokaha. Asmat karanat am santatam vidyapti matra. Because I am ever, vidyapti is instrumentless knowledge. What is the color of that tree? Oh, it was greenish. How do you know? See with my eyes. So knowledge that demands operation of any known means of knowledge is mind. Vidyapti, that knowledge which does not involve operation of any means of knowledge, neither sense organs, nor mind, nor intellect. Therefore, the truth is neither an object to be known through the senses, nor an emotion to be felt with the mind, nor a concept to be understood by the intellect. These are the only 3 knowledges we know. Objective, emotional and conceptual. See friends, I am a sannyasi is a concept. In the deep sleep, tatra mata amata bhavati, guru aguru bhavati, nobody is there. Because body identification dropped. Therefore, vidyapti matro hi sada vishuddha sarvatra yasma sadatam vimuktaha. And this is not only when we are sitting for meditation. No. Every moment we are that divine alone. Therefore, spiritual life is not a part-time profession. It is a full-time preoccupation. But normally what is understood and done, we do meditation for half an hour and thereafter frustration. आज भी ठीक नहीं हुआ meditation. I don't know what happened. I think last night I had taken more food because of that. But why he should give me more food? We try to blame others for every problem of our life. Therefore, sarvatra yasmat satadam vimuktaha na deya heyo no adeya no heya. Neither we have to gain the divinity nor we have to give up anything. See, aheyam anupadeyam. This topic comes in our Kenopanishad. We don't become divine. See, man doesn't become man, he is man. He can become husband. Therefore, being is knowing. But what normally happens, we become and then know. Therefore, neither we have to get it, na adeya, na heya. He aham apratarkam tasmad. Therefore, beyond tarka, beyond the logic. So beyond the logic means transcend your intellect. Okay? Intellect holds us in this world. No logic. What is the logic that I am? No. What is the logic? This is a sun. No logic. It is sun. The day we drop logic, meaning we go beyond cause and effect, then alone we are able to abide in our senses. Tada brahmamayo vishokaha. When this happens, we are vishokaha, free from all the worries, frustrations of life. See, many of us intellectuals mistake it to be a concept. In one university, after my talk, one professor, he said, Mr. Swami, you presented the concepts very well. I said, my dear, I did not talk concepts. You are a professor is a concept. Tomorrow you will be retired ex-professor. Ex means unknown. Today, you are an American citizen. It's a concept. Tomorrow you come to India, you regret why you are America, you will become Indian citizen. Concept subject to change. You are husband. Concept. You divorce. You are nothing. So the truth is not a concept. Because concepts only can be established by logic. Therefore, sada brahmamayo vishokaha. There is nothing to worry, become frustrated. Amastakam padatala santar bahir charma patavanadam tat krusnameva amruta rupamanyat chidrupamatmanam ananya siddham. Amastakam pada talavasanam, from the top to the feet. Santam is limited. Bahir, antar, charma, pata, avanadhan is coated by the skin. Then tat krusnam evam amruta rupam anyat. Our essential nature is other than this. All the beauty that we see is skin deep. Ugliness is bone marrow deep. Therefore, rupam anyat, chidrupam atmanam ananya siddham. This conscious reality is untouched by all the coverings. Friends, Therefore, emphasis was given, do not get too much involved with the body. We get involved with body in two ways. All the time worried about the body. I do exercise, I'm healthy. A healthy person is more attached to the body than an unhealthy person. And then that is the only theme that they have. One experience of mine in China, there was one Indian yogi. He happened to be there. So my friend told me, Swamiji, such a yogi has come. This is the function. Will you like to come? I said, come, you take me anywhere. I have come here to enjoy. We went there. A big stage, so many Chinese, few Indians. And then he was standing, old man, only on the stage. And his posture was standing on one leg, other leg on his knee, two hands up. No, other leg was not on his knee. Other leg was behind his neck. And hands up. And all the spectators, I will not call audience, all the spectators, they were clapping. They were not stopping. अब कब तक खड़ा रहेगा? How long will keep on standing? See? Ultimately, the organizer said, oh, enough, stop. So when they stopped clapping, then he took out his hand, the head, and then introduction. He is 104 years old. Again, trapping. So let him die. Stop. See? Now, what do we want to prove? See, friends, yoga is not for demonstration on the platform. See? Like in the modern world, love you have to demonstrate. Every now and then, honey, I love you. Chewing gum, I love you. All the time. Because they are doubtful about each other. Therefore, they will go with the spoon. Honey is for you. Yesterday, yes, I kept it. Friends, don't get lost in this thing. Therefore, Chidrupamatmanam Ananya Siddham, this conscious, blissful being we are. And all these things we told you in simple term. Number one is Nirvishesha Satta, kuch bano mat. Don't become anybody. Ice and water. Once I was somewhere, the Amma brought food for me and her son was crying. So I had to take food, I can't kick him also. Then I thought, let me keep him busy. There was an ice tray, so I took out the ice in a plate. I said, I want to put it in a glass, but it is not going. I am trying to push it. What to do? Just to make fool of him. Even in that time, this is not, then how it will go inside? Don't do anything. Then how it will go? Don't do anything. No. Crying and telling. No. Then tell me. Don't do anything. When it will melt, it will automatically go. I said, Guru Maharaj, you are Dhanya. See? Like ice cubes are strong personalities. Water is relaxed. What sadhana the ice has to do to become water? Ice doesn't become water. Ice is water. We don't have to become divine, my friends. We are divine, but we have become ice cubes. See? Therefore, Chidrupamatman Ananya Siddham. We don't have to prove anything to anybody. And the day we stop the struggle to prove something to somebody, recognize God's grace is showering on us. ईशो हमें वास्य चराचरस्य पिता च माता च पितामहश्च ध्यानं समात्थाय पदं चतुर्थं ध्यायन्ति मामेव विमुक्तिकामाः. ईशो हमें वास्य चराचरस्य. I am the Ishvara of the whole movable and immovable world. Pita cha mata cha pitamahascha. I am the mother, father, and beyond them. Dhyanam samatthaya padam chaturtham. Because I am in the fourth stage. Jagrat, Sapna, Sushupti, that is Vishwa, Tejas, Pradnya, and Turiya. I am that Turiya Tattva. In your Vrindavan, one lady, there are many professionals, So after satsang, she says, Swamiji, please tell me, they talk always about something. I said, Amma, since when you are listening to satsang? Oh, I am listening for last 20 years, 25 years. Very good. What satsang you attend? Bhajan Kirtan? No. I attend only Vedanta satsang. Very good. What is your question? So I must know the patient, then I can talk. What is the meaning of Turiya? After listening to Vedanta for so many years, what is the meaning of Turiya? I said, Turai ke sabji? How can you be miserable in this world? When you see the cartoon show, do you become miserable? We enjoy. This is the secret of the Mahatma. Why they are happy? Because always infinite cartoon show going on. Don't take life seriously, my friends. Therefore, Isho haivasya jaraj pitacha matacha pitamahascha dhyanam samatthaya padam chaturtham. Therefore, hold on to this, who is supporting Vishwa Tejas Pradnya, waking, dream, deep sleep. All the various conditions, they come and go, nothing has happened to us. So hold on to this, take a support of space. Keep the space as your ideal. One support. Second support, keep the mirror as your ideal. Every day sit before the mirror as if you are telling us. We never sit. We are all the time there only. But now come to know that the mirror is your guru, and what the guru is teaching us, all the things which are reflected in the mirror, they do not touch the mirror. One, because they are illusions. Second thing, the mirror surface itself has become everything. The same mirror surface is a man, woman, tree, plant, animal, movement, stability, hot, cold. Everything is the same surface of the mirror. So both the principle, Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya and Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha, both of them are established if you contemplate on when you sit in front of the mirror and learn this. Dekho Maharaj, then we will understand this thing. Dhyanan samadhaya padam chaturtham dhyayanti mameva vimukti kamaha. To this reality, all those who are longing for freedom from the relative world, dhyayanti mam eva, they are reflecting on me, the eternal being. The more you work on these lines, then Devi Kalottara Stotram will become meaningful to us. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.